I'll watch some TV. It'll help me to relax.
Welcome back to the Ren and Stimpy recap. Last week we talked about Ren's pecs, and today we are taking a look at An Abe Divided.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
I'm not the biggest fan of this title card. The imagery isn't bad, but it just doesn't look that good to me. The music is kind of boring as well. We open with a shot of the White House, and we zoom in on the trash cans next to it, where Ren and Stimpy are looking for food, finding meat with maggots in it, and then eating it. This episode is not off to the greatest start.
Hey, look! Wanted. Security man to guard president.
That's one way to kick off the plot. The two head inside the White House to talk to Sergeant Big Butt about the job protecting the president.
That's Sergeant Big Butt!
Sergeant Big Butt is quite a character. To no one's surprise, this new character has great voice acting. The sergeant tells the two that if they disgrace their country, they will get towels.
Towels! Tin hut! People! Face!
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. By the way, this face Stimpy makes here is so funny. I paused on it and it actually made me burst out laughing.
Gosh, I just love military tradition.
After we get this visual, that, yeah, for sure is a visual, Sergeant Big Butt shows the two the president, which is the statue of Abraham Lincoln. Now this is a kind of funny plot twist, but I don't know how much of a twist it is. The episode name and the title card kind of indicate that it's just gonna be the Lincoln statue, but I have seen the episode before, so it's probably not as apparent on first watch. So that must hurt a bit for Ren. My thing though is that was very cartoony and not realistic at all, which makes it way better than some of the actual torture we have seen him be put through in other episodes. Sergeant Big Butt spots these birds sitting on Lincoln's shoulder, and I think one of them is bragging about taking a dump in Thomas Jefferson's eye.
Right in the eye today! Hey! Take that!
Kind of bummed that they chased away the birds that fast. They had some very simple designs that still were amazing and looked like funny characters. They might come back though, I have very little memory of this episode.
And I want a bike and a Betsy Wets Herself doll.
That is funny. I should have seen it coming as they were playing Christmas music, but it still caught me off guard, and it's just even funnier when you think about that. The two are here to clean a statue, and Stimpy just starts reading his Christmas list to the statue. It's random, but it works.
That's not Santa Claus. It's a memorial. I didn't know Santa Claus was dead.
That is also funny. Stimpy breaks out crying, and Ren, who is really pissed now, brings him down to say one of his best line deliveries in my opinion.
You are so stupid. Am I? Idiot!
The sun rises at the memorial as Ren and Stimpy lets guests inside. One of the guests tells another that he heard there's treasure inside of Lincoln's head, which Ren overhears and starts fantasizing about.
Closing time!
Ren kicks all the customers out and slaps Stimpy really hard when he tries to remind him that they are open for another 18 hours, which, ouch, I thought I had long shifts.
It's a bit tight!
I am allowing myself one more SpongeBob comparison, but this is the last one. The scene in Krabby Road, where Plankton is hiding in SpongeBob's nose. Ren is super stuck here, and Stimpy tries to help by paying 5 cents to have the president pick his nose. I'm surprised it actually worked. The president puts Ren underneath a table, and I really wanted a Stimpy's Nose Goblins reference here, but instead we see this, which is one of the darkest things of the whole show, and a scene I'm very surprised wasn't, like, banned or removed, at least somewhere.
Okay, Stimpy. Begin!
Ren?
Just like with last week's episode, I can't help but think about something from APC. There is one certain scene that comes to mind when watching this.
Why are we doing this again?
To find out what's inside the president's head!
Stimpy tells Ren that there is caramel corn inside the president's head, which Ren is not pleased with. Then Stimpy drops the president's head, breaking it.
Oh, you meant the president's head! Boy, Ren, are you ever gonna get in trouble? Shut up!
It's crazy how much Ren slaps Stimpy in this episode, and it's even crazier how it somehow gets funnier each time. That slap with him saying shut up as Stimpy was talking just had such good comedic timing. Ren starts looking around the broken head for the treasure.
Oh, joy! It's caramely, corny corn.
Yeah, could see that one coming. It's not like it's really an important plot point or anything. I mean, it is, but it's also Ren and Stimpy, so we already knew that there was no real treasure inside as soon as the old guy said it was. By the way, that old guy is, I think it's like a prototype version of Wilbur. Is he called Wilbur Cobb? Like the old guy that they bring back like 20 times after this? Which reminds me of like how they had the George Liquor prototype in, was it Fire Dogs? Fire Dogs and some other episode before like starting to use the actual George Liquor. Kind of interesting. What I'm saying is that this, like, being predictable that there is caramel corn here doesn't ruin the episode because it's not really about that.
Caramel corn in the president's head.
Ren starts laughing kind of maniacally, which reminded me a lot of something from an earlier episode. Like, not the actual laugh, but just the mood of the scene. I think it might have been Ren saying Space Madness in the beginning of Space Madness. Minus the laughing, of course, but I'm not sure what I'm thinking of, to be honest.
Stop eating, you fool, and help me!
Realizing that they have decapitated the statue of Abraham Lincoln, Ren freaks out and tells Stimpy to go up and glue the head back together.
Okay, Ren, all finished! What do you think? Huh?
Yet again, I did not see it coming, which makes it funny, and also I like the callback. Like, it makes sense why he would do Santa's head with, like, the information we have from earlier, so the joke makes sense, and it's funny as well.
Yeah, nincompoop! That's the wrong president! Do it over!
Well, it's not the wrong president, it's just not the president at all, I'm pretty sure. Maybe in this timeline Santa was a president or something, which wouldn't be the most out there thing in the Ren and Stimpy continuity.
And there! How's that, Ren? Do it again!
Is that Fidel Castro? Stimpy says they broke the head too many times and now he can't make a new one. So Ren starts looking for a replacement head and finds a cart of hot dogs. It looks great, to be honest.
Okay, Squirrel, hand over your nuts or we'll murderize you!
Yes, they're back. To be honest, I thought they might return back when I said I wanted them to return, but then I very much forgot about them. They see the hot dog Lincoln head and start rushing towards it. I'm not sure how they got inside the memorial, as Ren closed the doors earlier, but who cares. The Lincoln head is yet again gone, and Stimpy has the brilliant idea to use a penny with Lincoln's head on it as his statue's head.
No, too small. Don't use this. No, Ren. Try this. Too ugly.
That actually looks fire, and it kind of fits. Ren doesn't agree and wants the Statue of Liberty's head instead. This episode has kind of gone off the rails, like, how are they getting these heads? Or maybe I'm dumb and this is just like the two of them brainstorming and they are actually not putting anything on right now. I doubt that somehow.
I got it, Ren. We'll use this dumpster. Now you're starting to use your head.
So, a dumpster is their best plan, and Ren starts drawing on it with chalk. It looks even better than the first head, to be honest. Ren sets fire to the trash to give it hair, and we get this kind of epic shot. So, someone is coming out of the statue. Isn't this like a conspiracy theory? It's this big guy with no pants on, and he takes the dumpster and walks away, so Ren breaks down.
You'll have to beg the spirit of old honest Abe for help.
Ren starts begging to Lincoln's spirit, and it works, as the ghost of Abe appears behind them to kick them. He does not want to help them and just keeps kicking them, and then the Space Madness theme starts playing. For some reason, they have to use that track. Not a big fan of that. Now the two are back with Sergeant Big Butt, who is about to kill them. Ren, being the great friend that he is, says that Stimpy was the one that did it, which doesn't work, as Sergeant Big Butt grabs them both.
Mom's apple pie and rubber nipples for everyone.
A rubber nipples reference is always fun to see. This guy is built like a bean, by the way. The head problem was solved by Ren and Stimpy being put as the face. I personally thought the Easter Island egg... Easter Island egg? No, what? The Easter Island head worked better. But this works too, I guess.
All about.
Okay, so this episode surprised me. I was going to watch this episode like almost a week ago. Right when I uploaded last week's episode, I told Kino that I was just about to watch it, and he predicted I would like it. And right now it's like the day before I'm uploading this video. I've been kind of sick all week, and that's why it took so long, but as soon as I'm like well again, I will try to get back on schedule and like be a couple of weeks ahead, so I don't have to stress anything out. But yeah, this one was good. I wasn't like the biggest fan of the intro, or like the first couple minutes, but once they started washing the statue, it was kind of all gold from there. I think the two just being left alone in the room to do something can bring some of the best stuff out of this show. This was a really entertaining watch, and much of that because the episode just was funny. Both characters had great moments and lines, and I really enjoyed seeing all the crazy shenanigans they came up with in this episode. I'm not as big a fan of the Sergeant Big Butt character, mainly just because it's just a drill sergeant from in the army all over again. Could just have brought back his character if it was just gonna be the same thing over again. Fun fact, the pigeons in this episode is a reference to the Goodfeathers gang from Animaniacs, although this show's version of them is way rougher, which makes sense considering which show it is. All in all, this was a good episode. Join me next week where we are taking a look at Stimpy's cartoon show.
Goodbye, folks.